Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Lone Vic and today we are unboxing a copy of Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. This is a new Kickstarter game that came in just about a week ago. We will see what's inside the boxes for the Dragon Chest pledge, which is the all-in pledge from Kickstarter. So we'll see the core box, we'll see the deluxe upgrade, we'll see the expansions for separate characters, the 3D Towers expansion, and all the unlocked stretch goals. This box is unwrapped, but the contents is not touched. I haven't peeked inside yet, so everything is brand new. Let's dive in. So, as you can see, the box is pretty hefty. It's quite big. You can see that the game can be played with 1 to 4 players, 14 plus, 60 to 90 minutes, and inside the box, okay, so there's this carton, I don't know, protector that stops the elements apparently from moving inside the box while in transport. That's a great idea because there is some empty space here in the box. I'll put that aside. We don't need this. We've got 2 books. There is the rule book, which is, okay, let's take a look. Let's go through this. We've got the game components here, as you can see, all nicely spread out, the introduction, and the layout is pretty cool. The quality of the paper is great. I like it very much. I can see that there are quite a lot of examples here of how to play with some explanations, so the layout is nice, pretty clear. I think that this manual should be very easy to read, and that's good. Okay, what else do we have here? There's a solo mode that starts here on page 17, and we've got an appendix with a glossary of terms. That's a great addition to every game, to be honest. I'm missing it in some of the Kickstarters when you want to find a quick reference to something. And we've got an index of rules in the scenario booklet. So we've got spells, hero abilities for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes, and the credits. So that's the rule book, which I'll set aside. And the second book is the scenario booklet, because this game is a cooperative tower defense game, which is played on scenarios that constitute a whole campaign. You can play those scenarios separately as well. So, okay. So in this scenario book, we have the general setup, as you can see here. So, which is pretty cool, I think. Usually we find this stuff in the rule book, and here, well, because it's like just preparing for the first game, so it has been put here. And we've got the first, as you can see, scenario, which is called Rift in Time, with some, I think, additional explanations for how to play. Yeah, because all the other scenarios, as you can see, are not explained in as much detail. We've got some special mechanisms for some of the scenarios and stuff like that. And I think that this whole scenario booklet, as you can see, is like this. I won't open all of the scenarios, not to spoil anything, but you get the gist, more or less. Okay, what's next here? We've got a stickers guide explanation and difficulty levels, heroic challenges, and iron challenge. So basically like in the mobile game. And we've got this package of stickers for the map. Now, this package of stickers, I'll unwrap this right now. This might seem like a legacy game because, well, some legacy games or a lot of legacy games come with stickers attached. But in this case, I would rather think that those stickers are just to mark your achievements in the game, as you can see here. But they do not change anything, so basically the game is replayable. You can play every scenario as many times as you want. Those stickers just show you which levels of difficulty have you achieved in each scenario, were like, you know, your best high scores or something like that. And this is the map for the game campaign. So similarly to the mobile game, we start with here at scenario number 1, and we follow this path through 10 scenarios of the main campaign, and then we've got those gray scenarios 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Gerald vs J.T expansion, which I will show you later. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 scenarios for the Vez'nan vs Moloch expansion, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Spider Goddess expansion. So quite a lot. That's 10 plus 8 and plus 7, 25 scenarios with 5 levels of difficulty. because you get 3 stars, the heroic mode and the iron mode. That gives you 25 times 5, which is 125 times you can play it for different achievements, which is an immensely big number. So this should be very replayable. Okay, let's take a look at the cardboard elements that we've got in this box. Take a look, there are so many of them. We've got, oh, this is just a gigantic tile with, as you can see, the paths on which I assume the enemies will be moving. And here probably you'll be building your towers in those sectors. So this is a 3x3 tile. And here we've got all those Tetris components that you will be using to put damage onto the enemy tiles. So this is like a tile laying game at heart as well, which you'll have to build towers with appropriate damage shapes to put onto the enemies in order to stop them from invading your city. We got another tile with another path shape. Those are two-sided, as you can see. Both of them are double-sided, so you've got different shapes on both sides. We've got some smaller terrain tiles. These are the spawn tokens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got some more Tetrises here. Those are the diamonds which are being collected through the game. One of them is a bit damaged. The print here is damaged, but that's nothing that some glue can't fix. And you've got the heart tokens, for which are used as the health for the heroes. Some more little tiles. One's already escaped the punch board here, and those are also two-sided, as you can see. So on one side you've got a single path, and on the other side you've got 3 just green spaces. Another huge two-sided tile here as well. Another sheet of Tetrises for the damage, and those have different shapes, as you can see. Even those magic damage, I assume this is magic damage, have come in different shapes. So I assume some towers will be able to allow you to choose which shape are you going to use. Another path tile, some smaller ones yet again. Those are like those 3x1 tiles. Here we've got tiles with powers, unlockable powers for heroes, which are also double-sided. On one side you've got the descriptions, as you can see, and once you use this power, you flip it to the other side, because the hero will have to take a rest action, I think, or something like that is called, to restore this power so it can be used again. And the last piece of cardboard element is this double-sided 1x1 and 2x1 terrain tiles. All right, cool. So there is a lot of cardboard here, but a lot of those elements are pretty big. If you look at the scenario booklet, you will see that the presence of this game on the table should be around 4x4 or 5x4 of those sized tiles, so it's still not that big, but it looks colorful, comic book-like, looks very attractive, very cool. And now we have the insert inside, protected by this transparent cover, and inside we've got everything else that we need to play. So here, this is interesting. This is a stack of those plastic trays in which enemies will travel around the board. You know what? I will open the rulebook on the component list so that I can start using proper names. Okay, so we've got the horde trays in which the hordes will be moving around. Now, what else? We've got some sets of cards over here, and those are the hordes. I won't be unwrapping this, but you can see that there are quite a lot of them. The manual says that we've got 91 of those horde and portal cards. So this is quite a lot. And as you can see here, you've got those empty spaces, and you've got those spaces with enemies put in different shapes. And if you want to eliminate a horde from the board, you need to cover all of the enemies with those Tetris damage tiles generated by your towers. And those hordes will be basically traveling around the roads on those plastic trays until you can remove them. Okay, and we've got also, so those are also cards probably for the bosses. We'll get to the figures later. And we've got these smaller tiles for the towers, for the placement, and there are 44 of those tower tiles, and you got the archer on the top. And you can see that this is a level 1 tile, and it generates this shape of Tetris, and it can shoot in these directions. Okay, we've got the minis, the most interesting part probably, covered by some protective cardboard here and here. So we've got the boss mini, which is pretty awesome, to be honest. It reminds me in the design of the minis from Mechs vs Minions by Riot Games. They also had this very comic book kind of overdrawn, exaggerated style, but those minis were painted. Those are not out of the box, but it looks great. It's solid, it's sturdy, it's large. As you can see, this boss covers basically the entire horde tray. I don't know if he will be traveling in one, but putting him on the map looks pretty impressive. Okay, we've got 2 minis that are the time mages, and look, they've got a kind of a cracked base, so they should maybe connect, or maybe they will be traveling together on the board or apart or something like that, but their minis look very cool too, pretty evil, to be honest. Those are the second stage of bosses, and we've got the heroes. So they are quite smaller. They probably take up just like 4 squares. Oh, let's measure them onto the tiles. Yeah, they as you can see, they cover exactly 4 squares on the tile, a section of on the horde tile, a section of 2 by 2. So here are those minis. There you go, and we've got 3 more here. There is one, this little cat mini that is attached to one of the heroes. This is like a companion mini. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it correctly here on the video, but okay, those minis are of very good quality. They look very nice, and they were very well protected in transport, although they are made of very solid plastic, so I doubt that they can be damaged easily anyways. All right, let's see what else we have here. There's a foil bag with some larger cards here. So we've got the heroes over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hero cards for the players to choose. We've got some maybe additional terrain or something like that. I don't know. This is a village, this is a lake, a forest. They're the size of a 1 terrain tile. And we've got reference cards for Lilith, which is who is, sorry, like an additional character, and the reference cards for the 2 big bosses, Lord Blackburn and the Time Mages. And you've got the turn sequence here and the activation or attack rules for those bosses. And we've got helper cards for the players, which are double-sided, and they show you all the resistances and the abilities of all the enemies. All right, let's continue, let's follow on. We've got player boards, which are kind of like folded in 3. So there you go. On one side, we've got the character image. On the other side, Magnus Spellbane. There you go. We've got the hero's health and movement. We've got the turn sequence, the information about ongoing abilities, starting towers for this character, whether you're playing solo, 2, 3, 4 players. We've got the basic ability and spaces for 2 special abilities. And all the hero cards, as you can see, look very similar. They differ with the movement and the health, and also with the abilities, but the layout and everything is quite similar. There you go. Alleria, Swiftwind. Alleria is the one who can summon the cat into the game, so she can have 2 figurines on the map, basically. This is Malik, Hammer Fury, and last but not least, Lilith can also be played as a player hero. Apart from that, we have soldier minis. We use them to send soldiers onto those horde tiles. There you go. And they are creating like a damage of 1 by 1 square. There is a limited amount of those. And we have also those transparent foil cards, which are used to mark building spaces on the map. Each scenario will tell you how many building spaces should we place on the map and where. And those building spaces are different colors, as you can see. We've got orange, we've got red, we've got green, we've got also purple. I have them in the bag, and they mark which players can build towers on those building spaces. So if you are the purple player, you could not build a tower on this green space. It's reserved for the green player. So this gives this cooperative game this additional layer of interaction between players. You have to figure out which cards you want to play, or which cards do you want to pass to your friends in order for them to play on the next round. Okay, I will put this very quickly inside, and I will show you the rest of the boxes. There are quite a lot of them. Here we have the box with the Kingdom Rush King Pledge upgrade. I also took the wrapping off of this just out of curiosity, but I haven't taken anything out of here yet. So this King's Pledge is a bonus for Kickstarter, those Kickstarter backers who backed on a higher tier level. There is a gigantic poster here. I don't know if you can see the whole image, but it looks pretty cool. The colors are great, the comic book style is here, everything is great. And we've got those trays, which later should fit in the core box. This is why we had this additional space on top of the core box. Those are the trays for the heroes, 5 trays for heroes, so I guess this includes Lilith as well. So we can store the heroes in an ordered way. And there is this tray for all those Tetris damage tiles and everything, so we can have them sorted so they are not running around on the table and anything. And what is cool, you also have diamonds, those resources that you saw in the cardboard form earlier. Now we have them here in this King's Pledge in a form of those crystals. We've got soldiers, 3D figurines that replace the meeples, which is also great. And we've got hearts instead of those heart tokens. There was a little mix-up from what I heard on the Kickstarter. Those hearts should have been red, and the publishers are doing everything to deliver those red hearts right now to the backers, because that's what apparently was promised. But I can't really see what it changes in the game, really, whether those hearts are grey or not. I'm really not complaining. Whoops, sorry for that sound. Now let's open the Vez'nan vs Moloch box. I haven't even taken the wrapping out of this one, so let's carefully unstick it with my X-Acto knife here. Okay. And we don't need this foil anymore. Alright, so what's inside this add-on? We've got, as you can see, a scenario book, a smaller one, with an introduction as well. So we've got some boss rules, we've got a few additional scenarios here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The booklet is smaller to accommodate the box, so the layout is a bit different. And we've got what you can see here, 6 Moloch action cards, 1 Moloch miniature, we'll get to that in a moment, Cerberus spawns, card tracks, and a lot of other content. I won't go through all of this. We've got some cardboard elements as well to punch out. This is a punch board with some fire tokens, with a few abilities for the players, as you can see, some new damage tokens here. And whoa, there is another hero tray for us to pack our hero in. We've got the hero card for the hero board, sorry, for Vez'nan. I will have to wrap it up later on. We've got the helper cards and everything nicely stuck. There are the additional cards here for the hordes and portals. There is the mini for our new hero. There you go. This is Vez'nan. And protected again with some cardboard. Great is, whoa, this is the Moloch figure, and it's very impressive. It is a gigantic figure again, like Lord Blackburn in the first box. Looks very, very solid. All right, cool. As you can see, you definitely get what you've paid for with this game. The quality of the inserts and how they fit, how everything fits together and how it's thought through is really top notch. I like it very much. I'm quite excited to play this game very, very soon. The next box that we have is Sir Gerald Lightseeker VS J.T. I'm taking off the foil with my X-Acto. There we go. So this is another short campaign. This one also has 4 scenarios and a new hero and a new boss enemy. This time is going to be the abominable snowman, or whatever you call this. And again, we are presented with a scenario booklet with some additional rules. There are some ice tokens here, the skills for the hero, and some new damage tiles as well. And okay, hero tray, standard right now. You've seen it before in the previous box. We've got the hero board, 1. We've got the helper cards. These are in a foiled bag. The previous ones weren't, but that doesn't make any difference. And we've got a pack of cards for the hordes. Here is the hero miniature. This is Sir Gerald Lightseeker. There you go. And the gigantic boss. This is J.T. and he's eating one of the soldiers. He's grabbing one of the soldiers, preparing to eat him in his hand over here. Solid plastic, really impressive work. Great design, has this cartoonish feel. I will say that again. I like it very much. All right, let's put those things back in the box. We've got 2 more boxes, can you believe it? 2 more boxes to go through in this video. Let's take a look at the 3D Towers expansion. This is just a cosmetic expansion. It doesn't introduce anything new to the game, but I took it anyways because, well, I assume those 3D towers will look really cool on the board instead of those just putting like cards flat on your table. So this is going to add some extra dimension to the game. Okay, the 3D Towers expansion, ladies and gentlemen. And we have, again, a plastic insert, which is a very cool add-on too, because those 3D towers are made of cardboard and they could be easy to damage a bit. I remember Heroes of Land, Air and Sea with the 3D cardboard elements, which were, well, very difficult to keep in storage. And here we have those trays ready for the towers, which is great with covers and everything. And here we've got the punch boards for the towers, as you can see. So this is the upper deck for those towers. Here you will put the card with your tower, and those are the punch boards for the walls. We got 4 punch boards in total here. I won't be taking out this last one. And the last box is the add-on. That's the biggest add-on for this game. This is the Spider Goddess expansion, and let's check out what's inside. There are a lot more figurines, a lot more minis inside than in the other add-ons, because you've got you had only 1 boss and 1 hero in each of those, and here there should be some more to see. Okay, so here's the Spider Goddess coming. So we've got the Spider Goddess scenario booklet. Again, a lot, as you can see, of additional new components here and all those new scenarios. I won't be going through all of them, not to spoil anything. Now, we've got, I assume that those are enemies that go on some horde tiles, like additional ones. So this is why they're flat, so you can put the damage tiles on them and they don't kind of like, you know, take too much space in bulk. But this is probably some kind of a new mechanic. We've got some punch boards with, again, Tetrises and hero abilities, 2 of them. There are some stickers here with the Spider Goddess symbol. I have no idea what this is for. We've got a lot of cards again, so those will be the hordes and everything in between. We've got the helper cards for the Spider Goddess, and we've got some new towers here, which are the 4th level towers. Okay, and there are, again, boxes for heroes, which is really cool to have. They're added everywhere, as you can see, into those pledges. We've got those transparent foil cards for terrains. Okay, here we've got the hero boards for 2 new heroes. These ones I will unwrap to show you. So the 2 new heroes are, we've got Lynn over here, there you go, and we've got Growl over here. He's very strong, he's got like 5 health. And here we go. And the minis, the last bit. So Growl and Lynn. There you go. So Growl and Lynn miniatures are here. Lynn's got a kind of a Final Fantasy kind of sword, like cloud-like sword, and okay, and we've got under this piece of protective cardboard, or quite a few pieces of protective cardboard. Let me just jiggle it out of here. We've got two bosses. There's the Spider Queen, and I have no idea what else. Okay, this mini looks pretty solid, so I'll use some force. So the Spider Goddess, here we go. Very, very impressive. I think this is my favorite mini right now from this game, out of which I've seen. And there is this tree, living tree, scary tree. I have no idea how to call this, but this is the other boss in this box. All right, cool. Let me put all of this back in place right now. So thanks for watching, guys. This was the what's in the box, or the unboxing of the Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. There were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes that you've seen right now unboxed. A game made by Ironhide Games. You can probably still purchase it somewhere, at least the core box, if not all of the expansions. I hoped you liked it. If you liked the video, subscribe to my channel, and soon, hopefully, I will be able to post a gameplay video with an explanation of all the rules of how to play Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. See you there!